everyone, it's Lel and it's time to talk about episode 30 from Delicious Party PreCure, which was one of my favorite episodes of this season. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was mindless, pure fun, and I loved it. I don't think it was mindless fun because I feel like there was a lot of little things that are going to be important later on. We had Yone, Yui's grandmother, being very important in this episode with little scenes but very important. I think that this is something that's going to play on later. We also have Secret saying some things that are also interesting to take note. But the star of the episode was none other than the beauty themselves, Rosemary. Rosemary, I love Mari so much, and I'm so happy that we have a character like them. And I loved that we have those little moments for Mari, and Mari was really shining this time around. And look, I felt represented in Mari when Mari was going around and spending all their money on food. Like, they could not handle the deliciousness, because I love spending money on food. I'm not gonna lie. I love eating out. I love trying new things. Every time I smell something good, I'm like, oh, I need to try that. I need to get that. You know, I spent a lot of money on food, and I'm not gonna lie. So I get broke just like Mari. I really love that this episode went all out with the girls' personalities and with like little details from the girls, like Ran doing that video. Girl, that was so much, like, that was so much fun. And you know, Ran in this episode was pure delight. I loved her scenes so much. So that video that she did for Mari, and you know, the girls showing the video to Takumi, that was so good. So good. And you know, the idea of doing a plate that brings lots of different things together, which is a saying from Yui's grandma as well. Like, whenever you don't know what to do, you should try lots of different things. I really like this idea. And I like that this is like, they're giving Mari some more agency. Oh, and I forgot to say something. Sometimes in Delicious, we see that Mari leaves and goes investigate. And in this episode, we finally saw that. You know, Mari was wandering around thinking like about the reason why the Banderu gang only attacks Oishina Town, or always attacks Oishina Town. And they now discovered it's because there's lots of different and delicious restaurants in Oishina Town, lots of recipes, that's why they do. Then we have a very important scene, I think, about Yone, Yui's grandma. We see how she was, you know, playing with those two young-ins, and, you know, she basically brought them together, and now we can see that they are married. I don't know if they're married. I don't know if that was mentioned, but they are together. They have a restaurant together now, and it was all part of Yone's plan. And we could see that she can carry a lot of rice. She can fish big tuna. Like, she can do lots of different things. But the important thing about everything is that I kind of felt like this magical aura about Yone, you know, like the way she approached them, it felt kind of magical. And also the fact that there are lots of maneki neko, which are the lucky cats around Oishina Town. And the first person to use a maneki neko in her own shop was Yone. And probably because of that, people got inspired and started using the maneki neko all around Oishina Town. I feel like this is important because we have been seeing the lucky cat in so many instances in the season, and every time they show Oishina Town, the cat is there. And it's probably there for a reason. I think now it's clear. It's showing the influence of Yone in the city itself. So that's a very interesting thing to think about, because girl, this woman is important to the town where everything happens. And we don't know much about her, but we already know enough to for that to be believable, because her sayings and how she impacts Yui is already enough. And I also love the visuals, the kimonos. I'm very sad that they did not give Mari another costume. Mari was wearing a kimono. I don't know if that's a kimono, but I think you get what I mean. On top of their own regular costume. Girl, Mari, come on, give Mari another costume to animation. I'm getting so angry about this. But then we have the Banduru gang, and the scene of Secret talking to Godats was very interesting. The first thing is that she said that Narcisoru is just a pawn. And Godats says that the special delicious stone they're using is finally doing something, so it's a good thing. And Secret said that they discarded lots of delicious stones in a time-space vacuum or something. We talked about different dimensions in episode 29. So now we can see that being played a little more. So they had more than two delicious stones, but they discarded the weaker ones and got the stronger ones. So, wow. Where did they get it? How did they get it? Did they steal from cooking them? What is happening? And then we have a very nice scene of Mari cooking, and they put up a great plan, an amazing plan to get customers. I loved that so much. Kokoni's participation, Ran's participation was the best. Amani's participation, the way she prepared the yakisoba with her phrases as your finale. Girl, that was so well thought. And the mascots also. Takumi, that scene of Mari, teasing Takumi a little bit in that Yone moment. I loved it so much. It's so great. Like, Mari and Amani noticed it already. The others, not really. And Yui, obviously, even less than the others. And then we get to the fighting scene with Secreturu attacking. Girl, I have to say, Secreturu as a villain so far is just being the best. I am loving her. And we see her animation for the first time. We haven't seen it in the last episode because she was all covered up. Now we can see it. It's super cool. And the way she twitches her hair. She puts her hair behind her ear at the end of the animation. Girl, everything. Secreturu, I am such a big fan. But the thing that impacted me the most, there were two things. The first one was the soundtrack that made everything even more eerie than it was. And the second one was the actual effect of her power. It's insane. She erases the food and the memories around it. She erases the trace. It's like the food never existed in the first place. That is so wild. That is definitely the strongest power we have from the villains of this season. And it's interesting when they go and meet Secreturu, she says that all food is for Godats. This is making me so curious. And then we get to the fighting scene, and look, when the fighting scene started, the girls were jumping and twirling around. That scene was so good. So good, and I'm like, yes, queen, that's what I want to see in the delicious PreCure fights. Oh my god, that was so good. But then the Gosori Ubauzo created that ring, and it locked the girls inside it. And this is where things got really bad. Sometimes I feel, okay, they needed a moment for Mari to shine in the fighting scene. I get it. And it was great. I love Mari, But, sometimes, this is a problem I'm having with the Delicious Party episodes, especially the latest ones. I feel like the ideas are great, but sometimes the execution is not that good. And, the girls were kicking and swirling around, and then just one ring could defeat them, and it stops them. So easy, just like that. And I understand the Gozori Ubalzo is stronger, but so easy. No, that was not good. But the philosophy in that moment, I liked it. The girls saying that they doing things together is better, like Mari saying that. And, Mari was able to break the ring with the girls' help because they said that the thing that they did together and the way they got together was what powers them up and what makes them believe in the power of a group of people. The power, basically, the power of friendship. And you know, when it's well written like this, I won't complain. I love power of friendship. And it was cute nonetheless. And the way Mari broke that and just said like, oh, it's your turn now or something. I love Mari so much. I love that. It was so cool. And the ending scene was also very nice. And like there was a little strange moment of Secret getting the delicious stone back and Black Pepper looking at her and like, oh, a new Banru gang member. Oh, but they defeated, so it's fine. Like, I wonder why they put that scene of Black Pepper there. I wonder why. Like, I did not get anything from that scene, but it's there for a reason, I think. I'm just curious as to what that reason is. And also, where is Spirituru? What is Spirituru doing? Secreturu, probably let him do something, and where is he? What is going on? I'm curious. So at the end, we have a very lovely scene of them together watching the fireworks. It was very beautiful. And as Yone said, there's this legend, if you watch the fireworks, you're going to be together forever. And, you know, that was Takumi's role to watch it together with Yui. And Mari and Amane noticed it at that moment. But what Yui wanted was to watch it with everybody. And I really liked that scene of Mari hugging them and even asking Takumi to come together. But it was very cute. And Mari saying that if they are together with the girls, they're going to be happy forever because, you know, they love each other's friendship. And it's so pretty. I love it. I love those moments, you know, those heartwarming moments of, I love you, you're my friend, I would love to be with you forever. That PreCure does sometimes. Every season has a moment like this. And, you know, they always get me. Always. So this episode ended on a very high note to me. I really, really enjoyed it. And what about you? Did you enjoy this episode as much as I did? It was so much fun. I am in love with Mari and Secreturu. Baby, she is coming for us. I'm very curious. Anyways, next week, Yui is gonna meet someone who is very close to her in appearance. And I'm very curious because it's been a while since we had a Yui episode and I want to see how this is going to go. I think this is going to be very funny. Yui as a princess, changing identities. I love this trope. I think we're on to another very fun episode next week. Anyways, babies, this is all for now. I want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!